that 25
completely.
and 35 and 5,000 all kind of look the same.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Which is what I'm saying. Like, it's not. It's gradual at the first like 1,000 weight is gradual, and then it just is. It's just down after that.
Interesting. Well, you learn something new every
But like,
day.
that's just that's just the way that is.
Miss O'Brien, you're gonna be slowing it down, right?
Of course, for you,
All
my favorite
right.
officer, I'll do as you
Oh,
say.
thank you. Well, y'all have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Bye.
Have a great one,
Dispatch 130, latest 38, code 410-8.
Thank you, 11423.
Sorry,
Hello.
I'm sick and tired of these damn speeders.
All good.
To answer your question, I don't know with that specific timing if I'd be able to make it. Which sucks, to be honest.
Yeah, because I mean,
fuck.
we're trying to outline people to like kind of teach specific things. Like people that are like very proficient in certain. Please hold.
You're good. I mean,
we're
yeah,
just trying to get people to.
there's a lot of things that I'd be willing to do. Communications, you know, pursuits, traffic stops, stuff like that. But that specific timing is a little rough for me. My schedule, when I say schedule, you know, lack thereof, should be resolved in the next couple weeks, but I don't think I can make that time. I've typically been ending my shift a lot earlier than when that starts, and I'm not available until after it ends, essentially.
Well, if there's some kind of
timing is
like
rough.
time frame during that where you can make it, we will adjust accordingly.
Okay. All right, that works for me. Here's the thing. If I can show up, I will, and I have no problems taking over sort of any of the modules that I just discussed. But obviously, I don't want you to have to rely on me when I know that the likelihood is that I may not be available. I'd rather it be planned in a way where someone is, you know, sort of scheduled to do it. And if I show up, you know, I can sort of take the burden off regarding those things. Because I won't know until considerably closer to that time. Damn. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, because
I'm hoping I'm able to make it.
go-to for traffic stops.
I love traffic stops. I freaking love traffic stops. Now I'm kind of sad.
We'll work something out. I'll try and get you. I should be able to get you the exact day
Thank you, 114.
that it's the traffic stops are gonna happen.
Okay.
Not sure.
Barrick, you know what I think we need? I think we need to contact like a media group of sorts, and we need to record our academy so that when people aren't around, they can reference, you know, hey yo, you know, run the tapes back. King, thank you for the raid, man. I hope you had a wonderful
to
stream.
record the whole thing.
Well, more so just like the individual modules, right? Like if somebody could record from like a higher position, like on one of the rooftops next to Fort Zancudo or whatever. That way people can see the exact positioning, even though there are diagrams and stuff in SOPs. But like they can always sort of reference it back if they need it. I think that'd be pretty cool. Now, I'm not saying add that, you know, for this. It may be worth looking into instead of I know there have been discussions regarding people not being able to make academy. In the event where they weren't able to, that'd be something that like we could forward to them as a AO, catch up, and then know that they're on par with the remainder.
Tango 114.
It just depends on what kind of like learners people are. If they're like visual
100%.
or if they're like physical, need to be there doing the thing, you know.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
TLDR, if I can, I will.
I can't remember if it's day 2 or day. I think it's day 2.
Last time.
Oh,
Hello.
forget the moment.
No, give me 1 second. Hold on. Sorry. Last time it was day 2. It was the day we found. Wait, no. We were in like the little barracks before Zancudo.
Yeah.
And then wasn't there someone with a gun or something fucking happened? I forgot what it was. Am I misremembering something?
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know. What was the last day? What did we do the last day?
Like pits and spikes and stuff.
Okay, then it would have been I think we did traffic stops day 2, and then we all collectively agreed to do the last 2 or 3 modules on the last day. I think it was day 2 that we did. I don't fucking know. It was a while ago, actually. I don't want to sit here and assume and then be wrong.
We'll figure it out.
But yeah, regardless, I will try to let you know in the, as we get closer. Because I definitely want to help if I can. Unfortunately, I think the reality is that with the combination of it being a 3-1, it makes it so that pushing it too close to 1 makes it a little difficult for me. You're gonna slow it down, right?
Yeah, Will Rhodes, I'm sorry.
Thank you. You're free to go.
Bye, Rhodes.
All right, sorry about that.
All good.
But yeah. Anything else?
I don't think so.
You sound cooked.
Yeah, I pretty much am every day.
You stressed?
No, I wouldn't say so, no. I am when I'm around Duncan, though. That
Why?
guy just like...
Duncan
he's the
is...
Grim Reaper of vibes for me.
So you have to understand, Duncan is a information gatherer and a realist, and he wants people to understand his stance on where he believes things are and where he believes things could be better.
Which I get,
and so,
100%.
Some people may perceive that as him being like a doom spiraler. I don't, because I share a lot of the same sentiment that he does.
I do as well. And I try and get him to understand that a lot of the things that he like brings to me are things that I've like already been thinking about and are on like my list of things to tackle, but it's just...
So, I mean, consider this, Barrick. Consider this. You are now in this position, right? And, you have the power to sort of change some of these things. If they haven't been changed yet, he is not aware as to whether or not something he thinks is problematic is being addressed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, while Duncan may not be for everybody, he is...
Still like having him around.
Oh yeah, 100%. But like, I think Duncan gets a lot of shit because he asks a lot of questions and will ride with people. And again, yeah, sure, he might doom spiral, but whoever goes into a workplace and doesn't like sit there and acknowledge where things could be better, I do it all the time. I mean, fuck it. If people want to call me a doom spiraler, it is what it is. I'm a realist. I have acknowledged problems, and I'm not going to sit here and ever let, we didn't know it was a problem. Bull fucking shit. I've said it a million times. I'm not going to be the person who stays silent because that's how things slip through the cracks. That's how we end up having a lot of other problems that end up being more problematic than, someone who is bringing up problems to people who have the ability to fix them,
Yeah, I think he just catches me at a bad time. I genuinely think that's what it is. I always like, it's always like right when I'm like, okay, out of my list of things to do, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna not let anything distract me, and this is what I'm gonna do today. And then my phone rings, and I'm just like, okay.
Barrick, can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
I don't care how frequently you do it. I don't care if it's once a month, once a week. Okay. You need to just sit through the day to day, not get stuck in meetings. If someone says, I need to talk to you, you let them know you have a vacation work day, as in you're going to work, you're doing the day to day, you're being the senior on a scene if need be. All right. But you're not discussing the PD as a whole for any reason, because I'm telling you, as somebody who's gone through it, I literally just needed the normal day-to-day before. No complaints, no nothing. Follow the chain of command, and if anything needs to reach me, you will be back in your office the following day during normal business hours. Okay?
I don't even
it
have
can
an
wait.
office.
Irrelevant. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying.
get you.
You just need the day-to-day, because have you even had a normal day-to-day, or is it just constant meetings?
I mean,
You haven't had a normal day-to-day.
I don't think I had any points on the quota.
Okay. So I stand by what I said, Barrick. You love this job, and while I understand you are now at the tippity top, your love for this job, I promise you, as much as you may think it's not going to, will go away if you are unable to do your normal duties as a police officer. Okay? Please, 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 please consider yourself. I know that you want to put a lot of others in front of you, okay? And you want to be somebody who's willing to listen to everybody and hear any complaints they may have.
Yeah.
But again, if you just become, and I'm just going to say this for lack of better word,
5, 10, 7
a
repairs.
paperwork or sort of administrative person of the police department doing none of the daily tasks of a police officer, I'm not going to say you're going to lose touch, but you are going to find that it is not the job you signed up for. It is not doing the day-to-day and then other things on top of it. It's only doing the other things on top of it and none of the day-to-day. Okay, so please focus on yourself. And that's probably my biggest sort of piece of advice regarding avoiding burnout, because you will burn out very quickly in the position you're in. You don't do the job.
I mean, there's been some alternative avenues that I'm kind of taken to kind of relieve stress or do something else for the time being. So I'm very thankful for those. Going on,
Like I said, it doesn't
walks and
matter.
stuff.
You do this once. I would not recommend it once a month. I'm talking like this has to be I don't fucking know. Maybe you start telling people you have office hours, okay? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Or maybe you're that person the whole week and you keep weekends for yourself doing the day-to-day. Or maybe you do it the opposite. For the 5 days of the week, you're doing normal stuff and you'll do all the additional stuff on weekends. I don't know, but like get that in your mind to where you can just be a normal officer for whatever days you want it to be. If someone comes to you, you're busy doing your job, and whatever they want to talk about, unless it is very urgent. And when I say urgent, I don't mean, oh shit, I need to talk to so and so soon. I mean, like, if you don't get a response, someone's gonna die urgent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna repeat myself over and over. I don't care how strong you think you are, nobody is immune from burnout, and your love for this job will plummet if you don't focus on doing the job that you've been doing for years.
85710-8.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I just, I don't know. Definitely gonna. I think once I get down the list of
an abandoned vehicle north,
like changes and stuff like that, and things that need to be worked out, and once I can start like patrolling again and pretty actively, like, we'll be fine. But
for what it's
like,
worth, I
just
spoke
like-
to Duncan, by the way.
yeah,
Yeah, I spoke with Duncan the other day, and we both collectively agreed like things aren't necessarily great. However, there's finally like major progress being done, and that major progress hasn't necessarily hit, right? Because we're gonna get a lot of people for Academy, but like the proper steps are finally being taken. And what I mean by that is this group of people who are coming in now for this round of Academy should have been here 3 months ago, and then the PD would be in a really good spot. But unfortunately, that's out of your control. You had no say. But now that you do have control and you do have say regarding these things, it's happening, right? So that's positive. That's good. Listen, I don't like Max. I don't. But I also acknowledge that your position is directly tied to him being the mayor. So despite my dislike for Max and despite Max's dislike for me, I fucking hate the guy. And if he dropped dead tomorrow, good riddance. I'm very likely still going to vote for him because I haven't seen this much progress in the police department since the skeleton crew was put together. Okay? So I'm very hopeful that things turn out well here in the near future. But again, had this have been done 3 months ago, again, obviously I know you had no involvement, I think PD would be in a really solid spot. But we're 3 months behind, and we got to work with what we got at this point.
Let me ask you a relatively, let's say, interesting question.
Okay.
Do you, if you had to give feedback on if, when there's a sheriff elected, if they would be on par with myself in this case, or on par with the assistant chief, what do you think is
1042, y'all have a good shift.
the best choice there?
The best choice for assigning a sheriff?
No, just in terms of like chain of command wise.
Chain of command, like where the sheriff would be in comparison to the LSPD?
Yeah.
Okay, I think the most logical thing is that oh gosh, it gets complicated because the options really are the sheriff is either in line with the chief of police or under the chief of police. Like those are the two options.
Yeah.
Unless the commissioner role is enacted, in which case it would make sense for the sheriff to be in line with the chief of police.
Yeah, which is why, like, I was thinking in this case, like, if the sheriff was just kind of in line with the assistant chief, then I guess somebody in my case would basically just be a pseudo commissioner, if you will.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I think they should be under the chief of police, and the justification for me is that the LSPD operated in a way, you know, with the skeleton crew, where there was only captains. There were no, oh my gosh, there were no individuals above them, right? And the problematic thing is that if this position were put into place and something were to happen to the chief of police, you would then have a sheriff pretty much holding the position of the chief of police. One moment. Is everything okay?
Yeah, we're all right.
Okay, all right.
He's just not.
Oh, come on. I haven't barely crashed this.
Okay, are you well, I don't think he's slow. He was over the speed limit.
Oh, well, you know, we can all be slow in different ways, Rose.
Sorry about that.
So are you going to slow it down?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Rhodes.
No problem. All right, sorry about that. I think that the role so it's hard for me to say this. Logically, I think there should be an equivalent to the chief of police. However, I think, and when I say equivalent, you know, it'd be like the sheriff. I think given how our current department works, I think it would make more sense. And again, it doesn't make more sense logically. I think it would make more sense in our case to have the sheriff position pretty much be the equivalent to a captain, unless the commissioner role is put into place, in which I think that would change. I think there needs to be somebody at the top making those decisions. And you know, captains are high enough to have say in everything. You'd have the captains from the LSPD, the captains from the sheriff's office, and then you would have yourself above both.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea.
But like, again, the logical person in me thinks that's a little wonky, but
Definitely
also
is wonky, but
I think it would make more sense given our circumstances, because you also like, obviously, you know, Pred sort of, I think jokingly mentioned he was going to run. I don't believe he is, but
he can't.
Correct, because he's not an active officer.
Yeah.
But the important bit is, if somebody like Pred did get said position, if they ended up being your equal, you then start running into issues of, well, they're just going to decide to run their department the way they want. And if you're equals, you can't really say no if they are dead set on doing something. Whereas if they're under you, they do have to follow your orders. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but Max's whole demeanor has changed this past week. And I don't know if it's because he realized it's election month.
Definitely is, because he wants to get elected again, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence.
No, definitely not.
I don't think it's a coincidence. So I don't know how much I trust him. I don't actually at all. I don't know if I can trust him in the slightest. But again, given the direction the department has been pushed, with you at the top, it is, again, it's rough because you were sort of handed, for lack of a better term, a piece of shit.
Essentially handed like a bank account that was in debt, basically.
Yeah.
And,
No, literally.
Yeah.
300,000. Yeah. No, I understand. But yeah. That's my stance. For the betterment of law enforcement officers as a whole, that position needs to be beneath you, not above you, or not at a similar rank.
I mean, that was kind of my general thought process as well, just to keep whoever is in that position in check, essentially.
Coming two-door sports car.
Oh, just a heads up.
Could be Barry's girlfriend.
I was on duty for some of shift 2.
8.7 active 80 with two-door sports car, west northbound.
I was on duty for shift 2, and I don't know what's going on. I understand, you know, a lot of our focus is preservation of life and de-escalation. Unfortunately, that is very clearly being abused, and Slacks handled the situation earlier as if he had like kitty gloves on. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually appalled with how it was handled. Love the guy, and I think he's trying to do his best, but he is sort of unintentionally shooting himself in the foot by not handling these situations with the appropriate level of force that they deserve to have. And so he is kind of inviting these situations to happen over and over and over again by not shutting it down.
What happened?
There was a situation, I joined in pretty late, but there was a situation involving Dundee. I don't know if it stemmed from a robbery originally. They were being pursued. There was 2 separate cars. Dundee was fleeing. I forget exactly what had occurred. Larry Johnson had a 95 that was a part of whatever group Dundee is in. And as I'm pursuing Dundee, and we were called to get very aggressive, the pursuit was called off because the laundromat was getting... No, not the laundromat. The bank was getting hit. So we respond to that only to find out that nobody's there. Then 13 Alpha goes off. Larry Johnson got wrenched, if I recall correctly, by Irwin Dundee. At Mosley's, there's this big event going on. At this time, we're UTL on everyone involved because we had to break off, blah, 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 whatever. We go to Mosley's because there's an event going on where the mayor is rapping in addition to other people. And Dundee is there. Not only is Dundee there, but the person who was taken in handcuffs is still handcuffed and there. So they flee. Obviously, because Larry had gotten wrenched, there was a call to open fire. But there's like 20, 30 people at Mosley, so we couldn't open fire in a large group. We announced that we were going to be opening fire on the vehicle unless he surrendered. He didn't surrender. We started opening fire. They went immediately back to Mosley's in that large group of people, kidnapped the person, brought him into Mosley's. And at this point, it was just the handcuffed person in the back, Dundee, and one other person. I'm unfamiliar with who they were. Slacks was taking over negotiations regarding that situation. Obviously, you know, the call there was if they do anything, we're going to shoot. But then some of the other people, part of this group, take the handcuffed person out of the car, bring him inside. Then they all start taking out wrenches, and now there's like 5 or 6 of them, all holding this person hostage, even though there's originally 2. And Slacks is trying to convince Dundee to surrender by like reducing charges and like a bunch of other stuff. And again, to be clear, at this point, it has been made clear if we have the safe ability to do so, we're opening fire, because Dundee and whoever else was involved wrenched an officer. I'm not saying we should have taken the shot, but we are giving into way too much of what Dundee wants. And if he's going to continuously be fed what he is looking to eat, he's going to do it over and over and over again. Dundee eventually did surrender, but when he was surrendering, when he put his wrench away, he resisted cuffs. He could have pulled that wrench immediately and downed Slacks. The other people scattered, got into other cars, fled. Truthfully, Dundee should have been shot. Dundee should have been shot, and if Slacks is not going to be willing to make those calls, again, Shift 2 is going to be doomed because he is treating them with kitty gloves on. There is zero incentive for Dundee to not do exactly what he did: rush to a large group of people, kidnap them, hold them up, request a million things, and then try to flee. And there's probably more context because, again, I was late to the original situation, but yeah. I wanted to have a conversation with Slacks, but after the meeting I forgot. It sort of reminds me of the situation where Slacks was exchanged for a 95 or whatever, and it was like, yeah, but we opened fire or whatever, blah blah blah. The reason that we don't ever consider it is because you do it once, they expect it to happen every time. The reason you shut it down 100% of the time is because they'll never do it knowing it'll never happen. At the end of the day, these people have one thing in mind when it comes to these situations, and that's getting out. If they've got their back up against the corner, they'll tell you anything, or you know, that they'll tell you anything you need to hear to be willing to do something that you shouldn't do. And that's exactly what happened. I think in this situation, the short-term immediate result was good. I think the long-term effect is 10 times worse than the short-term or long-term effect, rather, of the decisions made today. Again, nothing against Slacks. Love him. And I understand he's trying to push the avenue of preservation of life. But he's going to get more people killed if he continuously feeds into giving them exactly what they want. To be clear, they had 2 people and a handcuffed person. They had wrenches. 3 more people arrived. They just waltzed in, and like it just got worse and worse and worse. Exactly.
Classic.
Exactly.
Classic thing.
And
Are you guys PCB?
Yeah. Shoot.
I don't want to.
Was the last known?
Southbound Palomino Avenue. Going towards Little Soul gas station.
The people the other 3 people who were involved in taking the handcuffed person out of the car and bringing them into Mosley's had the audacity to be like, "We have a hostage. You're not going to do anything." Okay, bud. Okay. I'm going to be real, Barrick. If I was in charge of that scene, because we had to move like 20, 30 people across the street, trust me when I say the call to shoot Dundee there would have been made. And if the other people did not put their hands up, they would have been shot as well. I mean, even Bay sat there and was like, Slacks, just tell him we'll give it to him and then we'll open fire. And I'm assuming Slacks is similar to me, in which my word is everything. But I'm also a realist, and I explain that to people. Like, you can't have everything you want. That's not the reality. But again, if he is feeding into that, he is shooting not only himself but everyone else in that shift who deals with these people on a frequent basis by allowing it to happen.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, obviously, I would like to get away from lying as much as possible, but sometimes...
Oh, it was also an off-duty officer who was held up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to lie to them as least as possible. Sometimes it's necessary, but...
I mean, Barrick, I go to our roots, right? We respond to a laundromat. They have a hostage. Yeah. They have a hostage, but let's change the scenario a bit. When an officer went to go investigate originally and they weren't completed with whatever it was they were doing, they wrenched an officer. Are we going to sit there and negotiate with them? It literally becomes a matter of they are either going to comply or they're going to get shot.
Yeah.
That's how it should have been handled, in my opinion. But again, that's not how it was handled. Anyways, listen, enjoy your time on duty. I don't want to go in circles here. Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
I didn't want to put this on your plate, but yeah, I just don't know if it's something you've seen in Shift 2.
No, I have not been witness to it, no.
Well, that's probably because you struggle to be out on the streets. So take your fucking days.
This is also true.
Take your fucking days.
I will.
Good. And if the mayor calls you, don't get sucked into it.
I know.
Tell them
I know.
You're busy.
I will.
Okay. See you out there.
Thank you. Yeah, see you.
All right. Bye. 130, 10-8. 130, 76, latest 34. Oh, jeez. Ooh, disregard. We only have 4 units on duty.
Yeah, it's just like you and Crikey.
A firm. Hello, yeah, sir. You can't drive on the sidewalk.
Yeah, no.
857, I got more blood near these vents here.
Copy.
Would you like me to pull over?
Yes, please. Sir, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Do you need medical attention?
131, I've got a police.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do you want the information of the person in that car?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay?
It's okay. It's okay. I told myself I'll not hold a grudge against anyone today.
Okay. All right. All right. Sir, in the black car, you're free to go. Hey.
Yeah.
The hell are you doing?
What?
Your window tints are way too dark.
Okay.
You were hauling ass heading northbound originally.
I wasn't.
No, you were, and then you decided to cross over the center median.
Because I saw the cop lights on and I didn't want to intervene with
Okay, so
police work,
wouldn't it have?
So I crossed over.
Wouldn't it have made more sense to just go south?
Yeah, but I don't want to reverse in the middle of the road. You know what I mean?
Okay, but I don't want you on opposing lanes of travel. That's illegal.
I'm sorry, you're right. You know what? That's right. You're right. But we're also doing a U-turn in the same, side of the lane. That's also illegal.
Okay, but that's far different than traveling up the lane.
I guess you're right.
Doing this right here is way better than doing this. So it's not going to happen again, right?
No, it will never happen.
Thank you. All right. We need fuel. Oh. Kind of sounded like a speeding car.
5857, code 437, 76 MRPD, evidence processing.
That was it. Which way did it go? Dispatch 130, 1038 northbound from the Haywick to Northern Lane entrance Ellis Freeway on ramp with a white and color club unsure occupants. Engine off, windows down, please. All right. Hi, I'm Officer Rhodes, the Los Santos Police Department. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain.
That's good. That's good. Have any idea as to why I pulled you over today?
I was speeding, wasn't I?
That you were. You were speeding. But also, there were some additional things.
Those I'm not sure on, I'll be completely honest.
Okay. You failed to stop at both stop signs and red lights. So, although you can now treat red lights similar to a stop sign, obviously giving the right of way to individuals with the green light, you just went right through them. Right through them.
I apologize. That honestly, I'm a little. I just got this car. It's my first stick shift. I'm kind of trying to not figure. I knew how to drive, obviously, but like just. I guess I was more focused on that than I was the road, which is not good. I apologize.
Okay. All right. Where are you headed, if you don't mind me asking?
We're heading up to Sandy. We're going to go take some photos. We're photographers.
Ooh, okay. All right. Anything specific up in Sandy that you're taking photos of?
We weren't planning anything specific, but I did remember, from a couple years ago, there was like a little area that's all graffitied and stuff. Like, got some cool, like, alien graffiti and shit like that. So I thought we could go there and maybe take some photos of that, see how it goes.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm the model.
Fair enough. You're the model?
The landscape was just the model, I thought. This is news to me.
I'm the model. The landscape
I went from believing y'all to not believing y'all.
You can be my model if you want. What about you, officer? You want a model for us?
No. On a foggy day like this? Absolutely not.
Well, that's
no.
the aesthetic.
Yeah, it's the aesthetic.
That's not the aesthetic.
Oh my god, you need some
We're emo
art
photographers.
I need some what?
One is going to be 1041.
photography lessons.
Photography lessons?
Yeah.
I don't know what he's saying anymore. I'll be.
There is
honest.
no way you are giving me that advice. I refuse to believe
Prove
it.
us wrong. Prove us. Go take a photo right now.
No, I don't need to take a photo. I ain't got
Post
nothing.
it on Twitter.
No, I don't have anything to
post it on
prove.
Twitter.
I don't have anything to prove to
You
either
have
of
to
y'all.
prove to us now because you don't want to take our
No,
advice.
no, There's
Let
no
me
way
see
you're
if you're
telling
better than
me
us.
that you're going up to Sandy to take photos on a foggy day like this when you can barely see shit.
Because we're,
Well,
well, yeah, it's
that's-
for our emo blog. Like, you ever seen, like, Evanescence, like, their photographs for their albums and shit like that? It's always foggy and rainy in those. We're going for that same style.
Not a phase, officer.
I never said it was a phase.
What the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Passenger, truthfully, you know, if you just stayed quiet this whole time, it'd probably be better.
Fine.
Thank you.
Flash 145,
Okay, well, driver, you have some identification with you?
Chipper
I do.
145, Monkey Chipper 109.
Let me go ahead and see
There
that.
you go.
Thank you. Ooh.
Of course.
And can I just get confirmation 2263 for the state ID?
That is correct.
Khaled, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate it. Okay, so we do have a problem off the bat here.
What?
Your identification is expired. Expired at the end of 2023.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Criminal.
Yeah, if you go ahead and take a look at your ID, it has an expiration of 2023, which means it lasts until the last day of 2023. It became no longer valid.
Okay. I will be totally honest. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yep. The good news is you can head to City Hall, to the right-hand side of the main staircase on the first floor. There's an individual who will sell you a new ID. I haven't checked in a while. Last I recall, it was $50 if you paid cash, $100 if you paid by your bank.
Okay. Yeah, I can go get that right away.
Perfect.
I didn't even know.
And
I mean, I know I could get one at City Hall. I just didn't know, like,
that they
that mine had
expired.
expired.
Yeah, no, I understand. All right, and do you have any priors on your record?
Nope, never even been pulled over.
Have you not been pulled over, or have you not been cited? 'Cause there is a difference.
I've never been pulled over.
Oh, okay. First time for everything.
I know I'm a little nervous.
It's all right. Just give me a moment. I'm gonna head back to my
I was
vehicle. I'll
told
be
all
with
the
you
cops do
shortly.
is shoot, but you've been pretty cool so far.
You know, I can count on one hand the amount of times I had to shoot, and believe it or not, today was one of them. Crazy, if you ask me.
Are you doing okay?
Oh
Today's
yeah,
the
I'm
first
doing
day you
okay. I'm doing
counted?
okay.
Okay. You can talk to us if you
Passenger,
need, you know.
passenger. Shh.
What did he say?
Okay.
I actually wasn't listening.
Hello.
What are you saying?
Oh my gosh. All right, sit tight. I'll be
Okay,
with you
good.
shortly.
All right.
They was respectful.
Rhodes is gonna give you a citation. no matter
Mm.
145, 1075 max. With that 145.
Chat, I bet that's JJ. I bet that's JJ.
130, welfare check.
Ocean King, I'm currently on a 38.
You
I was
said
on the
your name
38
was
prior to
Standard. You're a
you going
liar.
41. All right.
What do you mean by what
Mr.
do you mean I'm a
Pluto.
liar? Yes, sir.
Okay, so here's, well, actually, passenger, I am going to request that you speak here. Do you have some identification?
Me?
Yes.
Do I need it?
Well, it's just a
See,
question.
we'll clear it up. We knew what
I
we were
do
doing.
have identification. I don't want to know. I need.
Well, can I see it?
May I ask why? Is it normal procedure to ask all passengers
I think he just wants to
identification?
get to know me.
Oh,
No,
shit,
it's
okay.
no,
Hand
it's
that shit
good.
over.
No, it's got
You have
nothing to
No,
do
he
with
wants your number.
No,
here, I'll give you his number right now. You want
No, I'm not interested.
Here, let me
No.
get you that
I
shit. Let
want
me
your
get you that
number
shit.
if you want my
it?
identification.
His number's gonna be
No, I
420.
don't. No, I don't want it. No, you can stop.
69-1.
No, you can.
Oh,
You can
okay.
stop. You can stop.
All right.
Give me your phone number, officer.
No, no.
Why not?
But again, do you have identification with you?
I do.
Okay, can I see it?
Can I see your number first?
No.
Why not?
You're rejecting him really in the middle of all this?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want something from me? You gotta give me something.
Look, he's probably just going through a hard time. He said he had to shoot someone today. Just go easy on him, all right?
You had to shoot somebody today?
He just said that like a minute ago. Do you not remember?
No, it sounded like he said he.
Am
he
I gonna
counted
see
today
your
how many
ID
times
or
that-
not?
Only if you really need it and if it's a lawful order.
Why the fuck would you phrase it like that and help him?
16, 42,
Not that you need help. I'm just saying, like that's a weird way of him stating it.
I just want his number.
Thank you for your
and
service.
I want him to work for it because I want to date him.
You're playing hard to get.
Are you playing hard to get, officer?
I'm happily
you.
married, actually.
To who?
Well, we could be a throuple.
No, we.
Who do I have to kill?
Okay,
What's their name?
Okay, you know what?
Sit tight.
Who are you
Sit
married
tight.
Officer, I'm regretting ever letting this man in my car.
Fuck you, BJ.
Double Tango 11-4. Mark me check with you. It's 0949. Have a good night.
Joe. And 2263.
Okay, dispatch. Any available in there, Little Bighorn and Capital. Reports of a drug sale in progress. Unit 10 is at first respond. Code 2.
Here we are. I will look past the failure to stops. Is club.
Officer, we're missing golden hour.
I'm sorry. I'm just getting this stuff written up. Just a moment. We have to reset these. Find is not correct. All right. Mr. Pluto.
Yes, sir.
All right, so here's what's gonna happen. I am gonna be issuing you a couple citations today. One is gonna be, ooh, Jesus. One's gonna be on the basis of second-degree speeding, which is a $750 citation, if I recall correctly, and then operating a motor vehicle without proper identification, considering your identification is expired. So all in, it's gonna be a $938 citation. In addition, it's also going to be a few points on your license as well, okay?
Okay.
Right.
Can I ask you one thing? I mean,
sure.
that's fine. I'm going to sign in all that.
Yeah.
But were you going to go lighter on me if this guy would have given you his ID? I just want to know because he keeps saying that it would have happened anyway. But I'm pretty sure you were going to be nice there. It was totally him that fucked you, right?
Not quite, no.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I mean, to answer your question, yes, but not to this specific aspect.
Okay.
I'll explain in just a moment. But I do need your signature right here along the bottom. Again, it's going to be in the amount of $938.
5723 MR PD 107 evidence processing.
I've already told you I'm happily married.
I regret letting this man into my car.
And
Yeah,
truthfully,
but-
you're not my type.
A guy can dream.
Oh, so you have a type?
I do.
What's your type?
You know, I go for
Me?
personality, not someone who's
Me.
desperate.
I feel that.
You're
Yeah.
missing out, but whatever.
Missing out. Okay, I mean,
We could
If
be
you-
so hot together. When these photos come out, you're gonna be.
He loves a man in
regretting it.
uniform.
oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, you know, again, to teach their own. Let me take a look here. Have you
You went single
signed?
at the department? How do I? Am I supposed to, like? I'm sorry.
How do you just go ahead and grab the pen? Just write your signature
Oh, okay. I see. Let me see here.
right there along the bottom. And once you do so, I'll get you billed the amount of $938. And just make sure once you're done signing, you put the pen back.
Don't ever take his pen.
And just a reminder, this is not an admission of guilt, it's just indicating you've received the citation. And if you'd like, you can attempt to appeal anytime in the next 30 days.
There you are.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. The
I'm negative now.
I am sorry about that. The thing is, without proper identification, it's illegal for you to drive. It also subjects your vehicle to being towed. And because I've
I'm
been
never letting
unable
you in my
to
fucking car again.
because I've been unable to determine if the passenger has the
Me.
proper ID, I don't know that either of you two can drive at the moment.
I'm never letting you back into my car.
Well, can I take this phone call, Officer Hottie?
I mean, sure. Do you not want to?
You understand what he's saying, right? You understand
No,
what he's saying.
I wasn't listening. Go ahead.
Here, explain it to him again, officer. Please.
So, driving without proper identification is illegal, and it also subjects a vehicle to tow. Now, under normal circumstances, if there is a passenger with a valid driver's license and valid ID, you know, typically there isn't a problem with the passenger then driving, because that would make it legal. However, I've been unable to verify your identity, whether or not you have proper identification or a valid driver's license. I don't quite know that I can do that.
Officer,
you're driving
I
yourself
just
from now on.
found something in my pocket.
Oh,
I'm never letting you drive with me again.
what's
Would you
that?
like to see my identification?
Watch it be inspired. It's good. You fucking watch. Oh,
No,
fuck.
unlike you, I follow the law and I have proper, not expired identification.
You can arrest
Okay.
him.
See it, officer? It's up to you. No pressure.
I kind of hope it's expired just so this can happen.
I'm fine with his car getting towed. I'm just saying. It's up to you.
Yeah, go ahead and show me your ID.
All right. Here you go.
Oh, you know, I'm actually not surprised at all.
You were
What does
born
that mean?
in 2000?
You were the loud one down by the docks.
What is his
You
not?
were born in 2000. I did not have a fucking
Yeah,
baby
you
in my
were the
car.
loud one down at the docks.
If I would've had-
I am
if I would've known I have a
not in
baby
the
my car, I would've gone 5
slightest
miles per hour.
surprised.
Allegedly, Officer Rhodes, you're still hot though.
Okay, all right.
Give me your number. Let's be friends.
It's not happening.
So now that you have his ID, do you want to do the throuple thing with him?
No, absolutely
Does that
not.
change anything?
Did I get hotter?
Does that
No.
change anything?
No,
Yeah, does he-
not in the
did- hold on,
slightest.
but that's answer his question. Did it make him hotter?
No.
Okay.
No means yes.
Well, we tried. We
I'm
tried.
just saying. Officer
If I let you
Rhodes,
tow my car, can he get a date with you?
No.
Ugh. I tried, bro. I tried.
Absolutely not.
just love
I'm
you
deciding
and
on whether or not I tow this. You know what? Y'all are free to go, but you need to let the other individual drive.
That's fair. That's fair.
Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Officer
Dispatch 130, latest 38, code 4 and 8. So I did see some trucks heading northbound to Ellis Freeway that I intend on spot checking. They know. We're not spot checking this one, we're spot checking the next one. We're gonna see if they take any off-road path. They would slam on their brakes. Doesn't look like they pulled off. I suspect they had to have continued north. I don't actually know. Gonna need you to remain in the vehicle, please. Engine off. Dispatch 130. 1038. Facing westbound off of Sonora Freeway on the southern side of the U-Tool. With a Packer, I believe, unsure occupants. Fucking Jackson.
Good morning, Rhodes.
Hello. How are we doing?
Not bad. How are you?
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm good. I have some updates, by the way.
Oh, can we step out and talk? Or
Yeah,
do you want to
yeah.
stay
Hop
here?
on out. Hop on out.
I don't like being all the way up there when talking to somebody down.
I'll wait for definitely not Jordan.
Oh, it's me.
Okay, so I spoke with the mayor because the writing of the law is trash. And when I say trash, I mean very much so in my favor. So much so that I could apply this practically to anyone trucking. Though I'm a responsible adult and malicious compliance isn't really my thing sometimes. So I haven't pushed it, okay? But at absolute minimum, there should never, I mean, I can't really speak on behalf of like the tier 1 or even 2 contracts or anything like that. But I know specifically with these, there should never be a circumstance in which there's over 1,000 kilograms of a single type of cargo. Jordan, you actually helped me understand that quite a bit on the basis that you busted out your phone and originally your truck said one contract and then you did something with your phone and bam, the next one was up. So that helped me understand that quite a bit because when we as officers go back there and we see there's only supposed to be 1,000 kilograms of, let's say, electronics or furniture, it is to be assumed that if that's the only thing listed, it should be the only thing there. The mayor did tell me it wasn't the intent to be that sort of strict, and it's supposed to essentially imply that there shouldn't be 1,000 of each, but did acknowledge that with the way it's currently written, I could absolutely push it with no issue, and it needs to be cleared up. They did say that they were bringing it up at the council meeting yesterday. I don't know if it happened or the conclusion to that. What I do know is that, again, should somebody be over 1,000 kilograms with the Packer, specifically, because I know I haven't seen a contract outside of that or higher than that amount, that would definitely qualify. But once it gets reworded to whatever it is it may be changed to, it's likely going to result in a separate sort of maximum capacity that would be more in line with making sure your truck is not slammed to the ground with all the weight. And I don't know if that's going to be, 3,000-4,000 kilograms. I have no idea. That's completely beyond my control. I know he's going to speak to Marlo. But I personally, unless someone really really pisses me off. I won't be pushing it if people are within their limits for each specific